Pat, you around? WZM VWN call.
You gonna have him do some poetry?
Dinger K6 VWN clear.
Stop yelling, Chris.
I'm not yelling. I'm just talking.
Told you. Stop using the call sign, OPH.
Can you believe that? Oh my God, that guy's, you know, he's a nice guy and everything, but I think he's been sniffing glue or something. I remember that. And then, you remember the Ten Commandment one?
Don Quam. He's a character.
You remember the Ten Commandments? It was, thou not be using my call sign or something. What did he say? He said, he's accusing somebody of breaking 2 commandments or something. I can't remember what it was.
No, he must be high on some psychotropic drugs at times.
Oh yeah, you're coveting my call sign. You can't covet my call sign. That's what he said that about. You know, they should have recorded that one. That was a classic.
I think they did record it. I got one. I got a WAV file, an email the last couple of days. It's only like 3 seconds. It says, racist, AD6RS.
Take a look at yourself, you gossiping whore.
See what you did, Chris? You woke a sleeping giant.
It ain't my fault. I didn't bring him up. Oh. Yeah, RS, what was that? You were saying that somebody's breaking the commandments, and one of the commandments was that you can't use your call sign?
Look at yourself. You're a gossiping whore. Give me the definition of what gossip is, whore.
Well, you obviously, you know, since you're calling him a gossiping whore, you know what a gossip is. So why are you asking?
I mean, I didn't say anything about breaking commandments and using my call sign.
Give me the definition of a gossiping whore there, Bob and Chris. Go ahead.
Get your own dictionary.
Yeah, why should I go giving up definitions and stuff? I don't feel like it.
Hey, Steve, you opened up the can of Cheerios, man. You know, you wanted to be high profile out here. Grow some skin on that body of yours, man. You're too thin-skinned.
The plus,
you're a gossiping whore, Bob. You're a gossiping whore. You have that trait. You got that bitch in you. That's what you are, a gossiping whore with some bitch in you.
Look, RS, come on. Now, that was the funniest thing I've ever heard on ham radio, probably, except the exception of what's his name, Ted Sorensen doing the Bee Gees. Okay, that was the funniest I've ever heard. But you're right up there, man. I thought the commandments thing was hilarious. Now, if you didn't want anybody to comment on it, then why'd you do it?
Besides, Steve, you loved it and you know it. We all do it. You're eating it up. You're getting a big bang out of that. Come on now, Steve. Own up to it. M6UK.
Right up there with Chris is a gossiping whore along with Bob. You're both gossiping whores. You don't have anything else to talk about than other people when you figure they're not out on the air. You're gossiping whores.
Well, at least we got somebody to talk to now.
A stupid fucking ham radio operator. I love that one, Steve. That's a classic.
No, my favorite's the professional amateur.
It's the commandments. I thought that was the funniest.
I thought one of the 10 Commandments was thou shalt not turn down free beer.
Love you, Chris.
Bitch in you. Bob, you the same way. You have too much bitch in you. You got sugar in your ass.
So what are you trying to say is old ladies fucking them in the butt with a strap on?
Steve, are you really good at the what is it called? Shit. Forget it.
Just calling you on the fact that you're a gossiping whore, which is a fact. That's all it is. Roll the tape back, and you'll see that you're a gossiping whore. You and Chris, Bob, both are gossiping whores. Now, roll the tape back and find out what did I say, what did I do to start you to start gossiping.
Well, I already said it. Hold on.
Taping this right now, buddy.
Hey, Steve, come on now. You wrongly accused... I was out here... I wasn't even out here one time, and I heard you talking about me using your call sign or something. I've never used your call sign in my entire life.
Gossiping whore, Chris. You get chuckles out of your bullshit. You got too much bitch in you, and you get chuckles out of the bullshit. Why don't you quit your feminine side shows up too damn much out here, Chris. And you're on your feminine side when you start gossiping. You and Bob is on the feminine side.
Come on now. If I was on the feminine side, I'd be playing with myself. I'd be giving a big dildo and everything. I'd be having a good old time.
Tapes don't roll, they rotate.
Guys out here, you wouldn't be as high profile as you is.
Too much femininity in you, Bob. You did the bullshit with what's his face over there all the time on 460. You got too much femininity in you, Bob. And Chris, you the same way. You're too feminine, and the feminine side of both of you faggots showed up.
Well, you know what? It'd be nice. I'd like to have some titties and a puss and everything. That'd be great. I'd be playing with them all day.
Roll the tape back. You're both gossips. Gossiping whores. Roll the tape back. Roll the tape back to when you first start off on your gossiping tangent this afternoon. You both got too much femininity in you.
Roll the tape. I want to hear this damn shit. Go ahead.
Roger, KM6 LIL, Mr. Riley, Hollingsworth, report.
Go ahead, LIL. I want the one where he said, "Doubt's not covered my call sign." I don't want that one. That one's the funniest, I think.
You're a gossiping whore. That's what you are, Chris. A gossiping whore. Will you quit your gossip? AD6RS. Go ahead, LIL.
Shut up, nigga.
Welcome.
Bob, you got me in trouble with Steve. I hope you're happy.
Stand by. You're a gossip monger, Chris. A slanderizing gossip monger.
I thought he said he was a slender whore, or whatever. We know that's true. You know, it's really funny that the new Mervyn, or whatever its name is, wasn't mentioned. I wonder why.
Well, because he just got busted. You know, just recently. It's going to take, like, probably, a couple months.
Quit tenderizing me.
Yeah, well, I didn't bring up anything. I mean, come on, I was just responding to what Bob said. No, I'm a hoe. What is it? What did he call me? A gossiping hoe.
You're English 101 majors out here. You ought to know what babbling is. Babbling is gossiping. Gossiping is babbling. When you and Bob get the babbling out here, leave me out of it. Leave people out of your babble. Now continue on with your babble if you want to. But, you want to talk about a higher nature. A higher natured person do not gossip. And if you look up the word gossiping, the babble, that's what it is. That means to babble about someone. AD6RS.
Try to find young kids that come out of surgery and beat the hell out of them verbally. That's a man.
Who
took RS out and forgot to put him away?
They say that my audio's too hot and stuff. Listen to RS. Your audio's hotter, worse than mine. It's loud. But RS has got it. He must have an Alinko.
Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with your audio, Chris. Keep up the good work. This is me, Jim. I hear, Jim, now you're picking up from where you left off last night. Anyway, RS sounds really good. I like his audio. Anyway, K6RJI.
Go get the phone. Like as if you had anything to say anyway.
I hope he wasn't slanderizing us.
I don't want to hear about Linux anyways.
Be quiet, you hoe. I can't do that.
Tenderizing. Babbling in the dictionary means incoherent talk, you fucking retard.
RS has the power, G.
Hey, well, he's a professional him, okay?
You could not look it up until I told you what it was. And then you looked it up. I repeated it over 5 times. Go look it up. Because I wanted you to see it first. And know what to do. You're babbling.
RS spoke, and then there was what?
Hey, you know, I wonder why they call them amateurs if they are professional radio operators. Is there a conflict in that?
We same time. You're babbling. That's what you were doing. You and Bob got engaged in a QSO of babbling. Babble. Which is no more than gossip. You're gossiping hoe.
Steve, babble is, as the man said, incoherent conversation. They're completely different. Babbling is gossip.
Well, hold on a second. Steve, let me tell you what happened, okay? You know, Bob thinks you're funny. You know, he thinks that, you know, and he does a rendition of you. It's just like I do BIW when he starts babbling. So, but he's funny too, and I have a little imitation of him. Well, so does Bob. Bob said something to me in the RS type of way, and it was funny. So I responded in that type of way. But the thing is, if you weren't so out here, you know, making people laugh and having these high profile things going on, then nobody would give a damn about you.
You're trying to change the definition of words. You're out here trying to change the definition of things to try and make yourself look pretty. You're not pretty with that gossip. That shows your feminine side with your gossip. You look up the definition of the word gossip. And I don't mean in a 99-cent store dictionary either. You look it up. It means to babble. And that's what you were doing. You were babbling about someone whom was not on the air. If they roll the tape back 3 hours, I hadn't said anything in the last 3-4 hours. Then you come out here and start babbling about something that happened last year. You see, you don't do that. And as far as changing the definition of words out here, yeah, right. You just make up your own words, flat out. Steve, if you weren't so funny, Bob wouldn't make fun of you. And he didn't say anything about you personally, okay? He said it in the way that you say it, which has happened to have been funny. So I responded saying, well, you know, I think the funnier thing was when you were talking about, you know, the commandments or whatever. Some guy was breaking the commandments because he was using your call sign or something. I thought that was funnier.
But I don't do a good imitation, RS imitation. So I guess I don't know. I guess I need to. The only one I do is PIW. It's the only imitation I can do. I think Bob's pretty good at doing the RS imitation, but it's funny. Okay, if you weren't out here doing this stuff and making everyone laugh and doing all these shows and stuff and being all high profile, then nobody would care.
Shut up, Chris. You know what? You're babblizing out here. That's what you're doing, babblizing. Isn't that right, RS?
Yeah, well, what are you doing out here, bonehead?
He's gemurficating is what he's doing. He's just gemurficating. It's the apology of the influential.
He's instigating that Richard I.J.I. is an instigator.
Real men don't gossip. That's what Bob has to learn. Men do not gossip.
Yes, they do. They do. If you look in your dictionary, you will see that gossip is made up of two Middle English words, meaning God, and then sib, relating you a God, and you take offense to that. I mean, don't you realize they're idolizing you? They're bowing down, going on their hands and their knees without knee pads, groveling to you, Stephen. You take offense to that? You want to be a nobody, a has-been, a kicked to the curb individual? What's the matter?
I'll only do that when he's got food stamps.
Listen to this. I mean, everybody just keying right over the top of RS and not letting them finish, just cutting them off mid-sentence. What's up with that? Why don't you just let RS talk?
Yeah, and Steve, I suggest you get a new prescription for your eyeglasses so that you can read your dictionary better. This is KC6 OK.
Man, shut up, Richard. You're the one jamming him.
His entire school district should be taken out and shot.
Oh yeah, the recording will say different.
Oh, Richard, you still have said nothing. You've keyed up 3 times and you've said nothing, and there's no purpose to you keying up out here. The only thing that you know about is computers. That's the only conversation that you can have. All the other conversations are absolute waste of time.
Oh, jamming. Huge explosion. Huge explosion in Cleveland. Huge.
I saw that on Channel 9 already. But you know what, Chris? I am not jamming over the top of RS, and it is you, Chris, just as RS has said that you are out here babblizing.
Oh, darn right, that's not true. And I would not jam him or you. But I'm just saying, what you do is you sit out here and you babble about nothing instead of letting RS go. And that's just, big waste of time for everybody. So we don't need some redundant moron coming out here and going blah, 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 instead of, I'd rather hear it from RS.
Listen, I want to hear RS right now, and RS should be the next one to talk. Go ahead, RS, KE6RJI.
This is KF6BZF, City of Glendale.
Well, you guys have gone from babbling to blithering. Good job.
Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? Hey, are you busy?
I should be. I got to get out of here. I've been screwing around. But you should turn up your duplexer a little more, Jim. Yeah, turn it up a little more. I think Richard would appreciate it.
Come on. Roger. Thanks a lot. Hey, I just came back out here for a moment. Chris Norton, KG6AAW. Can you call me on my cell phone number or call me on the 800 number? Thank you, KF6BZF. About half an hour. Oh, okay.
angriest.
What? Now, come on, RS. Where'd you go? I'd rather have the real deal out here than have just imitations.
U.S. jammed out of identifying. This is KC6OK.
J6VWN.
Kilo Charlie 6 Oscar Papa Hotel.
KF6, I'm going to say, hey, what was the big explosion caused by?
Gas. K6 beer.
A welder, fucking union welder, and like a 12-foot natural gas line they busted.
How do you become a professional ham operator? N6NHG.
Hey,
Now, you mean...
I actually...
That's a professional amateur.
That's just about to say, you mean a professional amateur operator?
Roddy Hollingsworth is a professional amateur. KC6OK.
There, Angus, that's why Bill and Bob do not get along. There's no big mystery in why comes out here. It's because he gets on the frequency and he freaks. That's a bad trait. You're babbling, Bob. You're babbling gossip. And that's why you and Bill don't get along. And that's why you don't get along with several other hams out here. It's because you get out here and you gossip about them.
You mean to tell me that
Yeah.
Bill doesn't
enuncializing about the gossipizing.
You mean to tell me that Bill doesn't gossip? Bill is an equal gossiper to Bob, just as Bob is probably a lesser gossiper to Bill. So, I mean, get your priorities straight, Steve. KC6OK.
Bitch in him. He gossips. The same thing with Chris. Real men do not gossip, Bob. Get that bitch out of you.
Yes, they do. They do it around the water cooler at work all the time. So, apparently, you haven't had a job since a long time, so you don't remember the water cooler. But the water cooler is the central gossip station. So, knock it off, K6OK.
Steve, it's nice to hear you enuncializing about all the gossipizing going on out here. You go, Steve. Trousers I wear around the water cooler has more than one back pocket, Angus. I said get the bitch out of you and quit your gossiping.
Out here glorifying the gossipizing.
The angriest.
Breaking for a horn.
And around the water cooler, I don't talk to anybody who's wearing one back pocket.
I don't get the one back pocket thing.
Steve is clarificating all the enuncializing about all this gossipizing out here. You go, Steve.
W6.
Feminine. That's what's wrong with the one back pocket. It's feminine. The same as Bob's gossip out here about Bill, about other people. That's the root of what his problem is his babbling gossip. That's right. I'm glad you clarificated that, Steve.
Just want to know if you're slanderizing me, Steve.
Gossip. That's what you do. You gossip. Real men do not gossip. They do not wear trousers with one back pocket. I mean, that's real men there, Bill. Bob. That's real men. Real men do not gossip. And real men do not wear funny-looking trousers around a water cooler with one back pocket. Quit acting like a bitch with that babbling gossip. 3 hours prior to you gossiping about me, nobody has said anything about me, and then you guys want to bring up something that happened last year. something that went on last year, Chris. This is 2002. It's not 2001 anymore. It's the third month of 2002. Quit your babbling gossip and act like a real man. It's two things real men don't do, and that's wear trousers with one back pocket and gossip.
Steve, then get off this one back pocket repeater. Go to your HF two back pocket frequencies. KC6 OK.
Can we hear some slanderizing and libelizing out here?
Hey, Kevin Mitnick, I'm in deep shit.
AD6RS.
Sure are. You should have never pissed me off, Big Mouth.
Called me on 6th and H Street.
Kevin Mitnick, I'm in deep shit. I've been slanderized.
You've been slanderized and libelized on 435?
Yep, and I don't have my helmet on.
Oh my God. I don't know what you're going to do. Maybe you'll have to go to the church and Bible-lize.
I am wounded. I need stitches.
Quit your slanderizing me.
Good old BIW does, and butt fucker on it.
Somebody help me.
That's that HJ, buddy. He's the one that's the butt fuckerized. Slanderizing.
Don't be homorizing me.
Big day on here radio again, Bill?
Yeah, I'm practicing.
Learn it from your father or you learn it from the Marines. You have never seen a Marine in a uniform with one back pocket. You learn it from your father or you learn it from the Marines. Don't gossip about anybody. And quit wearing trousers with one back pocket. Faggot.
Uh-oh. You be slanderizing me now, Steve. Now, come on. Come on, Steve. I heard that. That's slanderizing, buddy.
Well, what if one of your back pockets is button shut?
You learn it from the Marines or you learn it from your father. You do not wear trousers with one back pocket. You have never seen a Marine in trousers with one back pocket. And you also don't gossip. Gossip, the definition of gossiping is babbling. You guys out here use that term enough to know what babbling is. Babbling is gossip. Gossip is babbling. Knock it off. AD6RS.
I never.
What's your problem, Bill? Bob? That's your problem with getting along with Bill. And everybody out here should know it. Why you do not get along with Bill, Bob, is because you got those feminine traits that you need to let it go, Bob. You need to let go your femininity. Out here gossiping. You gossip about Bill. You gossip about me. You spend a great deal of time over there on 460 gossiping about me. I just want to call it to your attention, Bob. I know exactly what it is. It's that bitch that's in you that caused you to gossip. Now go out and buy your funny-looking pleated trousers with one back pocket, but real men don't gossip, and real men do not wear trousers with one back pocket.
Okay, I give up. What's the one back pocket thing about, Bob?
I have no idea. Oh, man. I just complimented him about an hour and a half ago and told him he was a funny guy, and he come out of the woodwork slanderizing me.
Save your strength, Steve. Save your strength.
I want you to understand your problem, Bob, with Bill. Do you understand your problem with Bill, Bob? You got a problem with me also. And I'm letting you know what that problem is. That's your gossip. And if you don't know what gossip is, Get a dictionary and look it up. And I'm not talking about a 99-cent store dictionary either. Get a good dictionary and look it up. It will tell you you're babbling about people out here. That's your problem, Bob.
I got a Funkin' Wagnalls over here. Is that going to work?
Man,
Is gossiping. And your dictionary should tell you that. It should show you that. It should have the word babbling.
I think he does drugs too, Steve.
That's what your gossip is. That's your problem with getting along with Bill, Bob, is you gossip too much. Too much about other people, Bob. That's your whole problem. Right there is your gossip. And gossip is wrong. And you should know it's wrong. Your feminine side is showing. Real men do not wear trousers with one back pocket, Bob. Real men do not gossip. And when someone come back out here and tell me about the water cooler and men around the water cooler gossiping, I don't have nothing to do with men with one back pocket. I do not have anything to do with men who wear trousers with one back pocket. Your father should have told you to stay out of them, or if you had been in the Marine Corps, you would know to stay out of them. Because the Marine Corps builds men and they teach their men, do not wear funny-looking pants. We wear trousers. And our trousers have more than one back pocket. Act like the man you're supposed to be, Bill, Bob. Act like the man you're supposed to be and stop gossiping out here. AD6RS.
Steve, thank you so much for enunciating the parameters of the gossipification going on this repeater. The verbalification coming from your station is most appreciated. KM6WB.
Steve, I've just gone through my wardrobe. I will tell you that I do have a pair of shorts here with one back pocket, but everything else I have got two back pockets and two front pockets.
Personification of the unification of the world. AD6RS.
Three back pockets.
Well, NHJ has two back pockets and a big hole in the back.
Yo, AD6RS, yo.
Man, RS, you better take a tranquilizer.
He don't need no tranquilization.
You need to try and get along with Bill a little bit better and quit gossiping about him. That's your problem.
Oh, a bitch. He ain't got no fucking life. Matter of fact, right now he's probably writing all the stuff that we're talking about in his diary, so he'll have something to read tonight instead of, sitting there rolling cigarettes, buglers, and asking his mommy for money.
You see, that's your problem there, Bob. Detraction. You gossip. You babbling. See you later. AD6RS. Clearing out of here.
All right, you take care. And remember, when people talk about you, or remember some of the funny things that you've said out on the air that have been recorded for posterity, it's the greatest form of flattery. That's all I have to say. KE6RPI.
And I asked him for help, and he turned on me like a vicious dog, calling me homosexual and stuff because I wanted some help with my code. So, Bob, I understand how you feel. KM6WB.
Go ahead with your gossip there, WB. Why? Why are you determined to get out here and gossip about people?
You know what's interesting about that, Mike, is I think I've heard him claim before that he has some problem with his hearing. But now, he obviously can hear us good enough to hear the spoken word. Now, you and I know as HF operators, when you get out there on the DX bands and the copy goes rough, that's when they switch over to CW to make it easier. So that claim that he can't communicate with CW because his hearing's bad, that just don't hold any water. KF6GK.
But all that made up lie that you just came back with, what do you call that? I mean, what do you call that? It's all made up lie you just come back with.
Excuse me, I'm talking to KM6WB and nobody else. Go ahead, Mike.
You're gossiping about me, and I'm telling you about yourself.
There's no gossipification going on at all. None whatsoever. My story is a true story. I sought help from a fellow radio amateur with an extra class license who obviously had to know his code to pass the test. And if he didn't, if he got a doctor's waiver, then there would be nothing wrong with him coming out here and saying, you know what, I don't know the code. I got a doctor's waiver. I'm a bit hard of hearing. But RS, you're doing a great job hearing all the verbalifications going on out here and the gossipificating. So I think your ears are in good shape. But I don't think you ought to call me a homosexual because I asked you for a little help with my code. KM6WB.
A made-up lie. That's what you are. You're a made-up lie. You're a make-up lie. You know, and that makeup that you come out here with, that has a touch of femininity with it.
I can't even pronounce that word. I think he just made up a new word right on the spot. You know, it's that gemurficating in his ears all the time that's doing that to him.
That's makeup. Why are you wearing the makeup if you're not the host?
Well, I'll tell you what. How would you transmit gossipification in CW? I'm ready to copy.
Not the whore. Why are you wearing the makeup?
Break with a question, please. Yeah, thank you for allowing the question. I sure appreciate it. KB6WGS Mobile here. Is this friendly ham radio?
Could it be anything else, Mike?
I think that'll just about cover it, Mike, but thank you and good afternoon. Beautiful day in Ventura. KB6WGS.
It's nice hearing a friendly voice out here, Mike. Unlike some other, operators who are not inclined to help out fellow radio amateurs when, asked the simplest of questions. And I for one, am offended. And I'm sure not gossipificating. This happened to me directly, RS, and you did it. I wish Scott Press had a tape. I'd request it. But I think that was before he started taping. But I just asked for help from a fellow radio amateur, and I got called. I got called full of femininity, a homosexual. You assailed my sex life, all because I just asked for a little help with my CW. KM6WB. Very sad.
Let me put it to you like this here. You would make a good ghost writer. You would. You would make a very good ghost writer. Because you're full of imaginary. You're full of imaginary. You have a lot of imaginary going on with your gossip. You would make a damn good ghostwriter. Well, why don't you write that? You see, and then publish it and quit gossiping it.
You a ghoster, you an imaginator.
With all this imaginification going on over here, RS, I'll tell you what. Give me imaginification in CW right now. I'm listening. Ready to copy.
You would make a good ghost writer. That's what you would make, a good ghost writer. And Scott Press already guaranteed someone out here, if he came over to his house, that he would kill him. He's already told someone out here that if he came over to his house, he would kill him. So, I mean, if you really don't want to be, a ghost writer, taking it literally, if you really do not want to be a ghost writer, taking it literally, I would stay away from him.
I'm trying to figure out how to transmit ghosts in CW. Would that be GOSE? Over.
You have a problem, young man, with your imagination.
Yo, an imaginator.
Well, RS, your enunciating is confusing me.
Pontificating. Steve.
Shut your homos talk there, Pat.
Anyway, I'm going back to work. Rich, RS, love ya. Everybody else, KM6WD out.
Catch you later, Mike, and keep imaginating that stuff and gemurficate at will, okay? 7-3, KF6GK.
Take it easy, Rich.
Is that other people out here, you got some stupid idiots out here that actually believe you. I mean, when black Marines hit the Philippines, the white Marines told the Filipinos that black Marines had tails. And the stupidity of it all, the Filipinos went following them around, bending over, halfway bent over, looking for a tail. Going in restrooms behind black Marines looking for a tail. And that's because you're full of good imaginary. You make good ghost writers with your imaginary. And you make a fool out of others with your lies. AD6RS.
Good afternoon, world. KC6WZM.
Pat, I'd appreciate it if you would stop with that homo talk, okay?
Brian Gumbo.
If you doesn't like the way I talks, turn your bloody radio off.
There are children listening out here, Pat. It's for the children. Don't be talking like a homo.
You'd all be turning the radio off for the children, too. They should be watching nudity on TV. Yeah, how much is left of Big Bertha?
Remember, real men do not wear trousers with one back pocket. Get out of them pants.
Told you, Steve. I only got a pair of shorts with one back pocket. Everything else has two back pockets and two front pockets.
That's right. Real men do not drink the knuckle. 1:51 p.m. March 11.
Way back in the 70s, I used to have a pair of pants that didn't have any pockets.
Real men do not wear pants with one back pocket. If you had been in the Marines, if you was an ex-military man, they would have taught you that while you was in the service. Or you would have learned it from your parents before you joined the service. There are certain fashions that real men do not engage upon.
Is this show still going on? Jeez.
Steve, like it or not, you are part of 435 history. You will be there forever.
That's not yours. Get out of my pocket.
And I'm saying it as a black man.
And real men do not gossip. That's the whole thing. I mean, you will find, they're not real men. I mean, you will find them wearing trousers with one back pocket, gossiping around the water cooler. But remember, that's deception. They're not real men.
So you're saying that whenever we hear DVRs of you and your great shows for the next God knows how many years, believe me, you're being eulogized, if not flatterized.
Brian Gumbo.
The DVRs are commercial. And the commercial has no place in the amateur radio hobby.
When we verbalize of some great times out here, and your name comes up, as a matter of fact, it will come up many, 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 many more times. And not out of my mouth, and not out of Chris's mouth, but a lot of people who happen to enjoy some of the things that you have said in your shows.
Hey, I'll let you have the last word. Go ahead, put the bow on it.
I ain't got nothing else to say, Steve. You crack me up. You're a funny guy. And remember, you choose to be out here, and it's helmets and hand grenades. You choose to be here. So, get over it. and grow some skin.
I had my skin on, and I asked someone else to put theirs on, and they refused to look up the word gossip until I came back and told you what the definition of gossip was. And it was so simple that it was unacceptable. I mean, it was, keep this simple, stupid. KISS, KISS. Gossip means babbling. One word. Babbling, gossip. Gossip, babbling.
And if you think that by having come out here the way you did, you changed anything, this repeater will continue to babble and to gossip long after you have departed. You think you made a material change in the way that this repeater enjoys the amateur radio service? You must be kidding. Or you think you're fooling yourself. You make no change. In fact, you've added fuel to the fire. Had you stayed out of it, it would have passed. But now, you're making yourself famous and made yourself fodder for further babble and gossip. KC6 okay.
Well, I could have said scandal. I could have said scandal. And I didn't. I did not choose the word scandal, but scandal is the gossip. I will have no parts of a scandal because real men don't. Real men avoid the scandal, the gossip, the babbling. They all mean the same thing. AD6RS.
Yeah, but if you come out here as a pink poodle, you think that people should not notice? Of course they'll notice. Of course they'll talk. That is human nature. You think just because you wear two back pockets, you're going to change human nature and the course of history? Forget it. KC6 okay.
I asked for the tape to be rolled back because I wanted to make it clear, plain and simple and clear that I was not the one who started the show. That was Chris and Bob. Chris and Bob. Chris brought up something that happened way back last year. Matter of fact, before 9/11. He brought up stuff that happened over 6 months ago. Last year. That's gossip. Something that everyone had just about forgotten about. He brings it up. And what he brought up was inaccurate in the first place. It's just like this idiot out here wants to say that there's some type of exemption for knowing Morse code. There is no exemption for knowing Morse code to get on the HF bands, to get a general class license. There's no exemption to get a general class license, Morse code. Extra, there's no exemption. So, he brings up his crazy imaginary into it. And he get these guys all riled up, and he make a fool out of them, make them believe that they can go and get some type of exemption to become a general class or an extra class. That's hot wind. That's hot air. That's what it is, hot air. And he's filling, a fuel. He's adding a fuel to a fire that need not be burned. Why burn up California? It need not be burned. By coming out here telling people that they can also get some type of an exemption from the code requirement to become a general and extra class ham. He'll have a lot of people thinking that they can go and get an exemption. There's no exemption. And that's exactly what the fool was doing. Not Bob, not Chris, but that last fool who was out here putting icing on that cake.
In other words, essentially what you're trying to tell me is we cannot look back to history and talk about history. We can't talk about Cleopatra. We can't talk about Mark Antony. We can't talk about the Caesars. We can't talk about Charlemagne. We can't talk about Tito or Stalin or Mao Zedong or Hitler because that would be gossipizing. No, I think you're wrong. I think you're very much wrong. If you come out and make a spectacle of yourself, you must expect to have gossip issue. If you don't want people talking about you, you should go into some form of a religious order where silence, spoken word, is the norm and the rule. You can't come out on amateur radio and expect not to be noticed. KC6 okay.
Yes. No one's against the truth. It's lies. It's lies that is put down. Yeah. And I have a right, as long as I'm living, to put down lies. Cleopatra, she's dead. Her relatives is dead. Anybody who claimed they were a relative of her is lying. You know? And that's the way it goes there, Angus, and you can't tell me anything about religion or anything else. Not in that order that you're trying to put it in.
Repeater.
A saint is not canonized a saint and made a saint until he's long dead and gone, and his closest relatives along with him. Then they canonize him a saint. But he's long dead and gone, and his closest relatives are too. His children and his grandchildren are long dead and gone, so that no one will be hurt. When the truth come out, and they canonize him a saint. 6RS.
Oh, in other words, we will have to wait until you've become canonized before we can reflect upon the wise words that you have attempted to share with the users of this repeater. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Who knows? The technology might no longer exist. Just imagine what gossip would then generate. KC6 okay.
Listen to him misconstrue the truth.
Misconstrued?
You listen to them contravene the requirements for HF operation. You listen to that. You listen to how he tried to contravene that. You heard that. That's gossip. Because it's a lie. And that's what makes up gossip. It's a lie. After I asked for it to be stopped, the idiot summons up Bob. And he continued with his gossip. That's what the idiot did. He summoned up Bob after I asked for it to be discontinued, and he contravened the requirements for HF operations out here. And he'll have plenty of fools believing that they can somehow contravene the requirement for the HF operation out here. No. Everyone knows there's no exemption can get to operate on HF frequencies. There's no medical exemption that you can get for having passed any of the tests, any of the elements of the test, and that includes the Morse code requirement for HF operation, for general and above. But he misleads many people. That's what I'm so strongly against, Angus, is you misleading so many people.
Was misconstrued.
Isn't one of the requirements for HF operation that you have to know Morse code? I don't understand how you can get around that.
There is a requirement, and that's what I was saying. You cannot get around it. You cannot countervene it. There's no doctor's exemption on that. But we have liars that come out here and somehow want to slander other ham operators and say they have an exemption.
If there's no exemption and you're an extra class, let's go ahead and have your call sign in CW right now. Go ahead, there at this time, AD6RS.
No one has to prove anything to you, idiot. Do you understand that? No one has to prove it to you, idiot. What you're trying to do is you're trying to contravene the FCC's requirements for HF operation. You're a fool. That's what you are, a fool on the frequency, trying to fool others.
Are you even minimally aware that 99% of the frequency users here consider you the idiot and you the fool? Are you aware of that at all? That it's everybody else, and that they think you're the fool because you're the one that sounds like the fool? I don't know.
Well, you see, that's why we got a Martin Luther King Day. And that's why we have public buildings named after Martin Luther King, and that's why we have streets named Martin Luther King, is because some idiot just like you figured 99% of the American public did not need Martin Luther King, and it would be okay to assassinate him. You're the idiot.
Did I at any point bring race into that question? All I said was that 99% of the 435 listeners thinks that ADRS is a fool and an idiot. I didn't bring race into it. You did.
You're the idiot, you see, because that idiot, the idiot that killed Martin Luther King, the idiot that killed Abraham Lincoln, all of your assassins think the same way that you think, idiot, including Lee Harvey Oswald when he killed President Kennedy. He had the same sentiment feelings that you have. Daniel Carver rules.
Enough of this. I can't talk to idiots anymore. I will suffer fools no more. 435. Clear. I gotta go back to work.